as productive as possible. And it means I need to write down what I want to get done. And then whenever I get off track, I can always look back at it and I cross off as I go along. It's important to tie to your overall life goals, last day statement, and your quarterly goals and the big five for the year, because you can get very busy being busy, but then get frustrated and feel unfulfilled because you're not really doing what you really want to do according to your overall plan for your life. And you don't want that to happen, so you always have to kind of set up your week keeping both in mind. And then I kind of do that for the rest of the days, right? So I have Monday done already. I have 4 things that I want to get done on Monday, right? And even when I say CAP review, college advising placement review, I can't review every single student, okay, in one day. So it's best for me to say I'm going to just catch up with the next 5 after Ashley. So that's what, and that's just her last name, one of the students. So in other words, I can actually achieve that goal. So if I said review the entire CAP roster of all the students in the college advising program, I'd be setting myself up for failure, because it's impossible for me to do that on Monday. In one day I can't do it, and worse, I can't do it when I have to go to St. Jago and Andrews and all those. So it's not possible. So I'm not even going to tell myself that I'm doing it, because I'm not going to do it and then I'm going to feel like a loser. And I'm not about that loser life. So it's better you be as specific as possible about the plan or which portion of it you're going to chew off, so that you can actually get it done and feel good about, you know, achieving what you've achieved. And then probably Tuesday I'll do the next 5. So Tuesday is the next 5 CAP. Oh, I need to properly onboard the new consultants. We have some new consultants. I need to properly onboard them on Monday. That cannot wait until Tuesday. And then so I continue. And then I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now what I like to do though, me personally, on Monday evening, I want to review what I've done, then set Tuesday up, if you understand what I'm saying. And Tuesday morning I just review the plan. I don't really like planning out the whole week in advance. Like, I have broadly what I want to do, but in terms of that detailed plan of exactly what it is, I don't do that for like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can't manage that. That gives me, I just can't bother. So I just do it now. I have broadly what I want for the week, you know, what my goals are, but then the specifics of it I do by day. So I have Monday down now. I'll see what happens by the end of Monday, and then on Monday evening or very early Tuesday morning, because I tend to spend the first half hour of any day, depending on how early I get to work, planning out the day. But sometimes my first meeting is at 7:30 a.m. and I have to carry the kids to school and stuff, so that doesn't always work. So in the evening, after the day is complete, I review what has happened and then start fresh. But I always work better from my plan. Even if I don't get to stick to it exactly, it's there. It gives me that assurance. There's no holy pot dead time. I don't end up wasting time. I'm very aggressive about my time. I really pet peeve is to waste time. And so I have found that this plan approach really makes a difference, so I don't get busy and then in the end find that I haven't accomplished what I wanted to. So let me get to some questions. Questions. I want to meet you when you come to St. Jago. I'm coming to St. Jago tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. I'm at orientation. Alright. Yes, Susie, we have to include the big 5. I always get caught up with business and it runs over into family time. So you have to be very careful about that. I just don't carry any work home. If it never happened at the office, it's just not happening unless there is some emergency situation. And it really forces me to be more aggressive about how I spend my time in my office, not getting caught up in, you know, distractions and so on. So I just don't do it, because then what's the point of a great career if your home life is not functioning, if you don't have good relationships with your children, if you don't have a good relationship with your husband, if you have one? Like, what is the point? You know what I mean? I'm very clear about where my priorities are, and it definitely number 1 is my family. So, all right, let me see what other questions we have here. I want to be able to get to as many questions as I can. Is my workbook for sale? Oh, it's gonna be, girl. Thank you, Kirsten, for that question. Maybe I need to put on my to-dos for this week to make sure that's available by the end of this week, because I can definitely do that and I need to really take action on it. Nix, that young lady we were talking about. Which young lady, Nicola? I don't know what you're talking about right now. Maybe maybe I have to call you. Hi Susie, hi from London. Am I sick? I sort of have a sinus situation going on. Will this live stream be saved? Yes, I'll save it. I don't have an issue with that. Does Amazon have my book for sale? Yes, Make It Count is on Amazon, iTunes, and in Fontana. Hi Terry from Terry's Cosmetics. Outlook calendar, I do agree, is a great tool. I use Google Calendar and iCal, and they sort of sync together, but that's because I use a booking software on my website so that people who want to book consultations with me can book consultations, and it automatically plugs into my calendar. So that's what I use. Yes. Oh, there are no more questions. Okay, fabulous. Any more questions? I have a problem with procrastinating. Then I get anxiety when I don't accomplish what I want to. So I have a whole chapter in our book about beating procrastination that I've found to be remarkably effective. Just saw you at the airport. Hi, Sammy Lee. The new face look popping. Which new face? Oh, you mean how I always wearing lashes now? I'm a thing. I even wearing them right now, but I have on some natural looking lashes, so maybe you can't really tell that they're lashes, but they are lashes. Okay. Any other question? Any other questions? Okay, I don't see any more questions. All right. How many notebooks do you have and what are each used for? Okay, that's a great question. So I have my overall life book, which I've had for 8 years, but it's running out of space, so I need a new one. That's where my last day statement, my big 5 for the year, my quarterly goals. Then I have my daily book that I do everything out of my to-do list, what's happening for the day. That's where I set up my week, etc. But I have to let the life book inform the weekly setup so that I stay focused on the goals that really are important to me. And more importantly, I'm actually taking action in the direction of those goals, and they don't just stay as theory. Okay? How do you record your daily or weekly plans, and how do you follow up? So I put them in my book. I was just showing you guys. I look at my goals and then I kind of cross relate. And you know what, you just have to make sure that you really want the goals that you say you want, because a lot of people procrastinate and don't get it done because they don't really want it. And then a lot of it is raw discipline too. You have to make up your mind that you need to be in the habit of execution, and exercise helps me with that, because I get in the habit of execution early in the morning with going to the gym, and it really helps me to get into a disciplined mind space to get other things done. Time management is my biggest problem. I'm a first-year student, so I'm going to take the daily planning as my next step. Yeah, it's easier to manage your time if you have an exact plan. If you don't have an exact plan, you're just going to find yourself doing bare damn foolishness, and that's just the truth. It's just almost human, you know? How do you hold yourself accountable? Well, one thing that helps me to be accountable is that I always promise God. I pray a lot, and I say, God, you know what? If I don't achieve my goals in this life, let it not be said it was for lack of trying, or for lack of discipline, or couldn't bother, or anything that I stood in my own way over. And I just keep that commitment to myself, you know. I can't forget when I wanted to start AIM, and there was a education fair happening in Montego Bay, and I knew in my gut feeling, because you know your gut feeling is always telling you things, but sometimes we're too lazy and can't bother. So I know, so in my gut I'm like, boy, I think this fair will be important somehow for me starting this business. I don't know anybody in education in Jamaica. I don't know no potential client. I know no guidance counselor at any school. Nothing, no links, no contacts. I have no investment money to put into this business. I don't have no parents ready to sign check and hand over business, nothing like that. And I just prayed and I said, Lord, I really want to do this thing. So I look in the newspaper, and here's this education fair happening in Mobile. Now I'm in Kingston, and I'm all geared up and ready to go. And on the day I'm to go, I don't feel well. My stomach feels sick. And by the way, I get car sick. And it's very uncomfortable for me to have these long drives. And there was no highway, my friends. So, you know, so it's Mount Rossa Street. And I'm telling you, I just wanted to stay home and lie down. And there was nobody who was going to cuss me off if I never go. First of all, nobody never even knew I was planning to go. And I would really only be accountable to myself. But then I remembered the pledge. The pledge is this: Lord, if I don't achieve my goals in this life, let it not be because of me. Let it not be because I couldn't bother. Let it not be, etc. So that's why I had to dig deep. I said, car sick or not, unless me are dead, me I go reach there. And let me tell you what, I went. I ended up meeting the organizer. First of all, it was the most awkward thing ever because I don't know anybody. And there are these schools coming, and they have set up tables, and then their parents and students milling around. And then there's me. I just have to go, introduce myself to people randomly. It was uncomfortable, but I did it. And then you know who I ended up introducing myself to next? The organizer of the entire fair, whose business it was to place students in boarding school. Now, boarding school is college prep. That's high school, private U.S. high schools. And I went to Andover, which is a really great college prep boarding school. It's always like either number 1 or number 2 in the U.S. And so when I said to him, yes, I went to Andover, he was just so excited and bowled over that he was like, oh, so what do you do? I'm like, oh, I help students. I plan to help students because this time I have no business. I plan to help students get into college. Well, same time in the next 2 minutes, he had basically handed me my first 2 students, who one of them is married right now, Christina. Big up yourself, Tina. Christina and Brianna. And those were my first two students ever who I met in Mobay because Betty Walker. And I almost did not go to that fair because what? My stomach felt sick. If I had just given into that human thing, that I can't bother thing, that thing where you don't go the extra mile, the thing where you don't feel uncomfortable and you don't push yourself, then I wouldn't like, I don't even know. Because that's literally how my business started, was me overcoming I can't bother. Me overcoming a feeling not to do something was really how my business started entirely. And I've never forgotten that. And so I am accountable to myself. And I just want to know that if I don't get my goals in life, it's not my fault. And that kind of really keeps me driven. So yeah. All right. And then, of course, I make it my point of duty to read and try to learn as much from other people and their own experiences as possible, and to learn from their mistakes and so on. So, like this morning, I was watching the rest of the Girl Boss rally. There was a very, very fascinating interview with the founder of Facebook. No, not Facebook. Instagram. The co-founder of Instagram, and he was telling us about how many people told him that no photography picture sharing app was a pile of garbage and he should stop wasting his time. And I like those things, you know what I mean, because it also shows you that you have to just stay focused and believe in your ideas and believe in your business if you are confident that you are solving a problem and that your mission is worth it. And his mission was always to bring people closer together. And so he wanted to have these filters available as well, so that people would feel more comfortable in front of the camera and therefore would, share more and be more themselves. And so this was, he felt he was solving a problem. He believed in what he was doing. He ignored the people who said, oh, this app you're working on will never work. And this is how we are now talking because of his idea. Instagram, here we are. So that was a really inspiring interview about entrepreneurship in general. So yes. To what extent does social media aid you in your career? I notice you use this platform a lot. So this is the funny thing about social media. So I'm a sharing type of person. I chat now from I'm 3 years old. I love to share. I love to build relationships with people. And that's why I really love social media. It's fun to me. And it ended up, yes, aiding my business. A lot of the people who come to AIM now are mostly coming to us because of social media. They're mostly coming because, just the other day I posted about how somebody in Florida sent her cousin who goes to Bel Air High in Mandeville to me in Kingston to help him with his college prep. So I would say, yes, definitely social media is very powerful in my business. It really shows, it shows what you can do. It shows what you do with students. You get to give information, and people just end up really wanting your advice and so on. So it does feed my business a lot. I'm coming to Canada in December. Yay! All right, so how do you remain consistent with your weekly goals? You have to check them. You have to check them every single day. Go over them. Just keep them in front of mind. Oh, Darka the Berry, I wish I could be a mentor. I have a mentee right now. I'm supposed to have lunch with them this week. The lunch get put off because of all the student orientation. So unfortunately, I'm at capacity in terms of any formal mentoring relationships. I just really can't take on anything else because I just know I wouldn't do a good job. And I already have all these students at AIM who I'm contractually and integrity-wise obligated to, and I need to give them so much of me. And so I can't do that right now, but I'd be happy to answer any of your questions, and I try to respond to as many direct messages and emails as I can humanly do. So all right. Oh, let me say, ask for what I want, and indeed I got it. Thanks for that tip. Yep, ask for what you want in life. Yes, I might still find myself procrastinating if I have the weekly plan, but for sure I do it way less. And I build in downtime into my day, you know. Like, well, on the weekends, I get to watch a little Real Housewives of New York. That's kind of my chill out thing that I do. And then my downtime is in the evenings when I usually check up on my social media at lunchtime. When I'm eating, I normally check my social media. Sometimes we're posting something, and that's then, but I generally don't watch any TV at all because I just find it to be a waste of time, unless of course I have it scheduled, and you know, then I'll watch Real Housewives. I can't wait to like sit down and binge watch Power. I really love that. So yeah, so you have to, if you don't build in downtime, then you will find yourself resenting all of your work. Yes. All right. Upper 6 at St. Jago. I think I'm doing the lower 6 orientation, but tell him to come to the upper 6. Tell him to come to the lower 6 one. Yes. So cut out the impromptu clients MK for now, or only have them on certain days. Do I have a date for the vision board workshop? Well, there goes an excellent question. No, but I could write down in my plan for this week to actually pin down a date for that. That could be a thing that I do, actually. And I'm going to write it down right now because I'm telling the truth, my memory is not the best. I'm a little worried about it. So I just wanted to show you that I'm actually writing it down. So I want to make it count journal. I want to be able to post that by Wednesday, so you guys could order it. And then I need date for vision board workshop. Still writing. I don't write so fast. I type faster than I write. Okay, how do you know if God is preventing something from happening or if it's just an obstacle? Have mercy. I don't know. I just keep praying about it and doing as much as I can, and then I'll leave the rest to Him, to be perfectly honest. All right. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. You said it was inspiring. That's great. Oh, Chris Madden. Oh, you guys are so sweet. All right. And UK is gonna happen at some point, probably next summer. What are the other winning routines I plan on a weekly basis? Well, something I've been recently doing, which actually has been changing my life, is I'm picking out my outfit and jewelry the night before now, in addition to my gym clothes. So the gym clothes I have to have picked out, because when I wake up, I don't want to be making any decisions about what to wear, because then I might just go back to bed and then I won't go to the gym. So I pick it out the night before so that as soon as I get up, I don't have to make a decision. You know, they say that the studies show, I love the studies, that your willpower wears down during the day the more things you ask it to do. And so I'm now having to make a decision, using up my decision making capacity to choose an outfit for the gym when I'm not even coherent. I can't do that. It just is too much. So I have it out the night before, so I have to think about what match what and what I want to wear. And then I'm now doing the same thing with my work outfits, even though I generally have a set of standard work dresses, but I'm always like, which one do I want want to wear today? And then it might like make me late, and then I get thrown off and all frazzled and miserable in the traffic. I can't bother with that no more. I've been picking up my work clothes. It's been making a difference, and I realized how great it was when I went to Lake Como for the summer, because all my outfits were pre-arranged by Rachel, because she is a stylist and I am not. And so she had pre-arranged all my outfits, and they were packed according to day. And it was just such a relief to be able to wake up and just roll into the clothes. I didn't have to think about it. And I was like, wow, I could do this for real life. And so that's another winning technique that I really find has helped me. I am coming to Toronto in December. Now with the book signing, I don't know how those are going to work. I don't know if we can get it done for 2017, because we needed to get sponsorship, and a lot of the sponsors that we wanted are too close to the end of their budget year to be able to do something new, and so that was kind of in the way. I think the only thing we'll do this year is New York, to be perfectly honest. In December though, there are a lot of my Toronto Insta friends, and I'll be there for the birth of my nephew, but we'll have to do something like a meetup or something like that. Please answer your emails. I am overseas and need to set up an appointment with your establishment for my son. Okay, so if you are trying to do a work with AIM, those emails are all answered, not by me, but you should not use my personal email. You should go to the AIM page. So it's aimeduservices.com, and actually you can set up an appointment online, so you don't even have to exchange emails or anything. If you want to just set it up, it's an initial consultation at aimedu-services/scheduling. Also, but if that was an email, that should have been answered though, because Robert gets those emails and he forwards anything AIM related to Lily. So that should have been answered. I'm gonna check why that wasn't answered with Robert. Info at NicoleMcLarenCampbell.com is Robert, and he gets all of those emails and he responds to them. So I don't know, maybe if you give me your first name and last name, I can go searching for it, but that has a system. So you should receive a response, because we meet so many of our students, Miss Independent Pebbles, we meet a lot of our students and stuff through Instagram, so we take that very seriously. So I'm really sorry that you haven't received a response, and I'll just check on why that is. What happened to Win This Together? Win This Together is on a hiatus because it's just very difficult with me and Camila's schedule and how this shooting thing works, and I was totally in over my head about what it takes to shoot like a series. I don't know nothing about that, and so it just was not feasible and possible after a while with our conflicting schedules. So yes. All right guys, well, I got to go now. Do I get sleep? Yes, 8 hours of sleep. I normally get 8 hours, at least, 7 to 8 hours. Not always 8, but not under 7. I can't. You see, when I'm tired, first of all, I don't like myself. I'm so miserable. I lose patience easily. You can hear me snapping at my children, snapping at Sasko, just miserable. I can't stand it. So I make sure that I get sleep. That's like really important to me. I do not like who I am when I'm tired. I don't like it. All right, Reinventing the Wheels. I wrote down in my book that I need to announce a date for the Vision Board workshop this week. I don't have it now, but I'll have it this week. It's in my book. All right. Am I doing another resume workshop? Hi, Carolee. No, it was so, first of all, I really regret that I never recorded that resume workshop. That resume workshop was so turned. And I feel like, oh my gosh, I keep regretting that I didn't record it. Because now, if I had it recorded, at least I could just refresh my brain and make sure that I said the same important things again. And now I feel like I almost have to start from scratch, and that have me a little nervous. That's why I don't do it yet, Not nervous, but just I haven't allocated the time. I need to do. The people wrote to me to say that I got the job of their dreams because of that one workshop. I think it's really highly necessary. I gotta write it down in my book. You see how much things I said doing this week? What a thing. Alright, if I set the dates, I have to prepare. Like how I set the date to release my book and I did have to write it. Same thing I'm going to do. Alright, I hear you, Carolee. I think it's a real need and I want to be of service, so I'm going to do that. I inspire as a nurse. I hope that you're taking good care of people. Yes, thank you very much. That's so exciting. Alright. Hi, Susie! you, Susie. I was really inspired to do this randomly because of that quote that I posted on Instagram about the importance of Sunday in terms of setting up your week. But seriously, take my advice about the meal prep thing very seriously. You are what you eat, and your energy, your productivity, and your results only going to be as good as your energy. Your energy is only as good as how much you're moving your body, because your body was meant to be moved. It was not meant to be stationary, just sitting there absorbing things. And the extent to, you know, what you put into your body, is it energizing you? And I'm no Miss Fitness expert. I'm no Lean Clean Jamaica or Camila. This is not my passion for life. You know, fitness or working out or eating or any of that. But the only reason I have to emphasize it is because it is a pro-productivity tool. It's a pro-productivity tool. The way you look is a side effect. It's a great side effect. But the pro-productivity willingness of feeling alive and healthy and just full of energy, trust me, if your results are at 10 now, feeling energized and moving your body and putting energizing food in it, is going to take it to a 20. And this is what I told Island Roots in the workshop. We had a winning workshop. I told Island Roots team that no matter what, a true winner stay hungry. A true winner is not like, oh, I'm so winning, look at all I've achieved, and you just kind of sit there. No, a true winner is hungry. Yeah, people say you're successful or it look good to people on the outside, but you within yourself know that there is more untapped resource within you, and you want to unleash that. And so part of that may involve incorporating more exercise and better food into your routine, is all I'm saying. This week I have prepped. Oh, my skin is not flawless, but you're very sweet for saying that. Thank you, Island Pixie. I have prepped for this week. What do I have prepped for this week? I'm going to confess, I don't cook the food. I don't. Jillian cooks the food for me. Auntie Jillian. And I think this week we decided on, so we decide on Wednesdays my supermarket day. So on supermarket day we decide what is going to be prepped for Monday to Friday of the following week, if you're following me, okay? So on Wednesday, I think we decided on, there's this sweet chili shrimp that's very good. I think I decided on quinoa and broccoli and then some kind of fish. So I think I have fish and shrimp this week. I don't really like chicken. I kind of feel tired of it. And I'm not a beef person. Like if I go to a restaurant, I really like to order steak because I really love steak, but not to cook at home and eat during the day or nothing. So mostly I eat seafood or else just a vegetable based dish, which would probably be like a stir fried quinoa, because you can eat that by yourself. It's a really good protein and you put veggies with it and it's like a complete meal. So this week that's what I have prepped. And then I always have watermelon as my snack. It's kind of boring, but that's always my snack. The meal prep is very key. It is going to change your life. I have to admit, it's hard to get into at first. First of all, when I just started to meal prep, I was cooking all of the food. And because, you know, it takes a time. Sorry guys, that was my mama. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I used to prep all the food when I was just doing meal prep. And it was hard and it took a lot of time. But if you know ahead of time what you're going to do, and you can split the time, like you can do the cutting up first. Rachel have all kind of cool tips on this. But no, Rachel does meal prep at my house. I.e. she buy the ingredients and drop them off. And Jillian just prep one time and then split the food between us. So that's really cool. So we really taught Jillian and shared all the recipes with her and gave her all the websites and everything to look for the recipes. And now she just propose things and she know what to eat and don't eat. She knows say if the recipe includes sugar or milk or cheese or oil, or like there's just a no-fly zone. Like there's just a set things that we just do not eating. And so we do recipe modifications in that case, and try to switch it up and try new things. But I do eat a lot of quinoa because I like it. but we try to like switch up how we'll do the fish or the shrimp or whatever. We discuss it on a Wednesday. Supermarket day is on a Thursday, sorry. So we discuss it on a Wednesday, supermarket day the Thursday, and then now the meal them sort out for the, and I buy these containers from Amazon, and it's shared out in those containers, and then we just run that for the week. And yes, I do end up eating a lot of the same things, almost like I alternate, like shrimp one day, fish one day, chicken one day, this one day. It kind of, so I switch up the routine maybe weekly, but during the week I'm not trying to experiment and search for random new things to eat. Okay, I don't have the time, and I just can't bother. So so that's very, very helpful. When I used to have to wait for Juta to bring food off on the road for me, or I used to have to decide and go to cafeteria, it just stressed me out so much that it's not worth it. It's better for me to just organize the meal prep so that it is done and I have stuff to eat for the week. So that's a major life hack. Yes, Superwoman Susie, the extra weight, all it do is make you tired. You can't maximize with it, you know what I mean? So I definitely recommend whatever you need to do. I do eat quinoa instead of rice, introduced to me by my one and only, I forget if it's Camila or Rachel give me that plan, but both of them are health coaches, and Rachel coached me. Camila taught me how to read labels and what the effect of different food was having on my body, and then Rachel was like my health coach day to day, OMG, before health became a habit. So there's a learning curve, and there's a curve of discomfort, and there's a curve of give me back my burger that is hard at first, but if you do it long enough, then you can manage yourself. But during that hard time, Rachel was the one who was just really keeping me focused and doing what I needed to do on a daily basis until I graduate and can do it myself. So I do recommend, you know, we're in this era of coaches for everything. I'm a college coach. I'm an education coach. I help students to be their best in a certain area and give them advice, and I have the benefit of a lot more knowledge and resources in a certain area. Same thing with Rachel, same thing with Camila. If you need the help, get the help. You know what I'm saying? Just gone are the days when we have to feel like we're struggling by ourselves, you know. So that is what I was saying. Okay, what lip gloss is this? This is a Chanel 714. I really love it. No, Simply Sunny, don't worry. I'm about to do an eyelash tutorial. I'm about to teach people how to put on lashes, because it was such a hard thing for me, and it sounds like totally surface, and like, why am I even thinking about that? But you know what, I like lashes, and sometimes I have events and stuff, and I need to do my makeup, and I want it to have a professional finish, and the lashes help that. So Kimberly Megan totally pointed me to a YouTube video that changed my life on putting on lashes, and I want to share with the world. So yeah. So no question is too like not appropriate for me. Do I really drink 8 glasses of water? Really, I drink about 3.5 to 4 liters of water a day. I'm not sure what that means in terms of glasses, but I have these. So I have this one container, this one, and I carry it to the gym, and then I have a large one that holds 2 liters that I carry to work. So I don't have to get up from my desk every minute refilling my water, because guess what that does? Waste my time. I get up, I get distracted. Carry water. I got them on Amazon. They're called Eco Vessel water bottles. Alright, the Story on Myth bracelets I have on. So I have on, I don't know what to call them. I got them from Kerry Man Woman Home in a giveaway she gave. I really love them. I think they're called blessing beads. And then these two are John Hardy. So it's just one that I have on that's like wrapped around my hand 3 times, and then these two are different. But yeah. Yes, Superwoman Susie, coaches really help. Trust me. Have to boss up the thing. Yeah, I wear makeup daily to work, but it depends. I wear some kind of makeup, but not heavy makeup. Like right now, what I have on lashes, I have on eye makeup, and then I have on foundation and blush and highlighter. But some days when I do the contouring with the concealer and the blended thing, and it depends on how much time I have. So I wear makeup every day because I like makeup. Yes, the YouTube show a hold right now. Yeah, me and Camille need to sort that out. Just put up a message saying that it is on an indefinite hold. I don't know how we'll ever, I don't know with my schedule and the goals that I have for the rest of the year, how I could manage the coordination schedule-wise with Camila, because a lot goes into doing a professional shoot. Doing a live is very easy. You notice how I said tentatively at 3, and then I said, okay, 4:30, and then by 5:15 I could come on and do the live, right? And I could just send a message to y'all and say, hey, live, going on now, and then I just turn on the live and send where I am at the live, and it's that easy. Well, that's not how a recorded show really works. And so I just can't commit to it. It's really just not a thing that I can commit to right now, and that I really have the ability to commit to. So I prefer doing these lives, answering questions, doing webinars, because it's more flexible and possible for me based on my schedule. So yes. Would you recommend online learning for technical subjects like accounting? Oh, I don't know. Maybe if you have a tutor as well. It depends on your capacity and ability. I've really found that I really like online learning. Like I'm doing some online learning through Coursera, and I found that I really like it, and I feel like I learned the material and I can do the tests and stuff. I did do one online degree and it was a postgraduate certificate in policy studies, and I didn't love it, but that was a long time ago. So things have changed in the online learning space. But if you think you can do it and get the support you need, then by all means, because it can often be a more economical way of getting the degree you need to get a job if the job requires a degree. So yeah. I'm glad to see as a successful woman you make time for recreation. Ribbies was lit. Oh my gosh, turn it. No, I don't recover yet. Yo, Ribbies, turn up. I never even get no good picture. No, Ribbies was everything. I never even know say it so nice. But yeah, I had a really great weekend. Friday night we went out, we ended up at Ribbies, and then Saturday we went and ate fish at Hellshaw, and then I worked on Saturday too. I worked too, but I managed to put in fun time. Turn it. I think fun time is really important. I have a time. I can't just work all the time, because I don't even get a refresher in my brain to be more creative. And then I find that sometimes I lose love for what I'm doing if I'm doing it all the time and feel like, but the unwind time and just hanging out with Rachel and Yoli and just making beer joke and a dead with laugh, priceless. I encourage you, make the time. It's worth it. I don't believe in this idea of working all the time. I think it is completely counterproductive. You're not happy, diminishing returns. No, not about that life. Putting them on is kind of tough. So I'm going to send out the dates for Vision Board Workshop and Resume Workshop. That's the only two things I really have coming up right now. The pins, you have to email Robert, which is info@NicoleMcLarenCampbell.com, because he ordered them. So I'm not really sure the name of where the pins come from, but they're really high quality. So if you email him, they'll tell you. Am I an emotional eater? Yes, I eat my feelings. I do. So how do I control it? I pray to Jesus, I drink a lot of water, and then I try to have healthy snacks ready so that I don't descend into Cadbury and M&M zone. When I was in college and I was homesick, I ate a pack of M&Ms a day. So soon I was up 20 pounds. It was not cute. How do I manage personal negativity? Swerve. So if something negative happens and I have a reaction, I give myself a set amount of time to react to the thing. So like somebody says something about me, or something unfair happened, or somebody pissed me off or whatever, I give myself a finite amount of time, and I give myself one person to complain to, which is usually Jeffrey. But if I can't get Jeffrey, Rachel will get a phone call, or Mommy will get a phone call, or Anya will get a phone call. This is my sisters and my mommy. Because you have to be careful too. Camila will sometimes get a call. So I have a very tight circle of friends and of people that I confide in, and they can tell me the truth and remind me of who I am. So sometimes I'll call complaining about some negative thing or something, and Jeffrey will be like, why are you even complaining about that? You're wasting time. And you know people who can tell you about yourself, and sometimes people who can just listen. So I give myself that finite amount of time. Like I'll be like, it's 3:30, I have until 4:15 to feel bad about this. It sounds crazy, but it really helps me, because the quicker you can take the lesson and move on from things, and sometimes there's no bloody lesson except that you need to ignore people. And so I'm not going to allow you now to suck my energy so I don't accomplish my dreams because you know, have problems. So I just make up my mind that I'm not going to allow that to drain my energy. If I was to focus on what people had to say about me or thought about me, I just wouldn't even have any time to be happy and to do what I was called to do in the world. And to me, that's more important. So I just make up my mind that I'm not a victim and that what you have to say about me and you think about me is really none of my business. That's more about your relationship with yourself. So more time I just have to pray for people because it's really sad what sometimes people choose to focus on. But I'm not going to turn myself into a victim and call everybody in the world and tell them about it and moan and groan and dwell on it, and you know, because playing the victim sometimes is pleasurable, you know what I mean? Oh, it's so unfair, I've been so wronged, look at what that person said about me, isn't it terrible, oh poor me, and then you spend all your time doing that. That doesn't help your results in life. That's not helping you to go nowhere at all. So I realize, oh, that's a waste of time, and so I have to make sure that I don't do that. So I give myself a finite amount of time and then I just move on. Swerve, swerve, and swerve. Ain't nobody got no time for that. That's what I just tell myself. Ooh, that light is really harsh. I turn on the lights because they're wondering if in here is dark. Yeah. Okay, so the name of the water bottle is Eco Vessel. I just graduated from university, but everywhere I look, a second language was an asset. I think in this region, Spanish is the biggest asset in this region. My AIM uniforms, I buy them from thegap.com. I buy them from Nordstrom rack.com, and I think those are the two sources for my uniforms. This is just a random shirt and I just put the pin on it. So sometimes it's just clothes I wear normally and I just put the pin on it. So yes. Any other questions? Do you have a strong spiritual life as well? How do I center myself? When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is pray. I don't know how people manage without praying. I have no idea how people manage without Jesus. It's such an important part of my life. I just pray and talk to God all the time, and that's really how I survive life. Okay, it looks like I am totally out of questions. The older LC, you guys are so funny. Hi, Romy. Oh, thank you. Rumblood, you want an AIM shirt? As soon as you come to Jamaica, you know the AIM shirt is all yours. All right, Christopher Morrison, thank you. Okay, guys, I have to run now because I want to clear out my email. One thing I don't like doing is Monday morning, so now I'm waiting. I'm here waiting, and so I don't want Monday morning to catch me careless with one bag of email in my inbox. So what I'm going to do is, while I wait, I've been waiting for like an hour, as you can see. But while I wait, I'm going to check my email, clear out my email, and so, oh, I just had from Island Grill this thing called Go Light with the steam veg. Very good, I recommend it. So anytime you're on the go and you need to have a very lean, clean lunch, I recommend the Go Light at Island Grill. This is not sponsored or paid for. They didn't give me free food, but I really feel that steam veg and chicken was so good and light and good for you. I recommend it. Now, the fried plantain that I ordered with it was not part of the lean clean menu, but sometimes you just need a little treat. Okay. Susie! Bye, Susie. Love you. Bye, Chris Madden. Bye, Avery. Oh, you're welcome, Avery, my love. Bye, Romy. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much for being a part of my life. Without you, I would have nobody to talk to. OMG. What on earth?